The year was 1587, a time of exploration and ambition. England, ambitious and yearning for expansion, set its sights on the New World. The promise of untapped resources and new territories was too enticing to ignore. Sir Walter Raleigh, a favourite of Queen Elizabeth I, financed an expedition to establish a colony on the distant shores of Roanoke Island, a sliver of land nestled off the coast of present-day North Carolina. Raleigh's vision was to create a foothold for England in this uncharted territory, a place where English culture and influence could flourish. The island, shrouded in mystery and whispered tales of indigenous tribes, promised riches and a chance for England to stake its claim in this uncharted territory. The dense forests and rugged coastline presented both challenges and opportunities for the settlers. The colonists, over 100 men, women and children, embarked on a perilous journey across the Atlantic, their hearts filled with a potent mixture of trepidation and hope. They left behind the familiar comforts of England, driven by the promise of a new beginning and the allure of adventure. They carried with them dreams of a new life, unaware of the enigmatic fate that awaited them. The journey was long and arduous, with rough seas and unpredictable weather testing their resolve. Yet, their determination remained unshaken. The early days were marked by hardship and the constant threat of starvation. The settlers struggled to adapt to their new environment, facing challenges they had never anticipated. The harsh wilderness tested their endurance and resourcefulness. The relationship with the native Roanoke, also known as the Carolina Algonquin, tribes was tenuous at best, a delicate dance between suspicion and the necessity of cooperation. The colonists needed the indigenous people's knowledge and resources to survive, but mutual distrust often hindered their interactions. John White, the colony's governor, sailed back to England for supplies, leaving behind his family, including his granddaughter Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the New World. His departure was fraught with uncertainty, as he knew the colony's survival depended on his successful return with much-needed provisions. White's journey back to England was not without peril. The seas were treacherous, and the threat of Spanish attacks loomed large. His mind was constantly on the colony he had left behind, hoping they could hold on until his return. Upon reaching England, White faced unexpected delays. The country was embroiled in conflict with Spain, and resources were stretched thin. Despite his pleas, it took 3 long years before he could secure passage back to Roanoke. When John White finally returned to Roanoke in 1590, he found the settlement deserted. The only clue to the colonists' fate was the word Croatoan, carved into a tree. The mystery of the Lost Colony of Roanoke remains unsolved to this day, a haunting reminder of the perils and uncertainties faced by those who dared to venture into the unknown. 3 years later, White returned. He was met not with the joyous reunions he had envisioned, but with an eerie silence. The settlement was deserted. Homes stood empty, their wooden frames weathered by time and the elements. Possessions lay scattered, abandoned in haste. The colonists had vanished, leaving behind no trace of their whereabouts or their fate. The only clue to their disappearance was a single word, carved into a post of the palisade that once protected the settlement, Croatoan. The sense of foreboding must have been palpable as White searched desperately for any sign of life. The once bustling settlement was now eerily quiet, with no trace of the people who had once called it home. His daughter Eleanor and granddaughter Virginia were gone, their fates intertwined with the vanished colonists. The memories of happier times haunted him as he walked through the empty streets. The silence was deafening, broken only by the wind whistling through the empty houses and the mournful cries of seabirds overhead. The once vibrant community was now a ghost town, with nature slowly reclaiming the land. Hope dwindled with each passing day. White's heart ached with the weight of uncertainty and loss. He had hoped to find some clue, some sign that his loved ones were still alive, but the emptiness of the settlement offered no answers. White, his heart heavy with dread, was forced to abandon the search and return to England, knowing he might never learn the truth. The journey back was filled with sorrow and unanswered questions, leaving behind a mystery that would baffle historians for centuries to come. The Lost Colony of Roanoke became one of history's greatest enigmas, a story of hope, despair, and the relentless search for answers. What did Croatoan signify? Was it a message of hope, a destination, or a chilling epitaph? Croatoan was the name of an island to the south, now known as Hatteras Island, and more importantly, the name of a Native American tribe that resided there. Had the colonists sought refuge with the Croatoan, or had something more sinister transpired? The mystery deepened, fueled by the lack of concrete answers. Section 5. Theories of assimilation. Over the centuries, theories have abounded, each attempting to shed light on the colony's fate. Some historians believe that the colonists, faced with dwindling supplies and the ever-present threat of starvation, sought help from the native tribes. Integration with the Croatoan, a tribe known for its relatively peaceful relations with the English, seemed like a plausible explanation. Could the colonists have assimilated into the tribe, their European identities slowly fading over generations? This theory, while compelling, lacked concrete evidence. Section 6. Whispers of conflict and cannibalism. Other theories paint a darker picture, whispering of conflict, disease, or even cannibalism. Tensions between the colonists and other Native American tribes were well documented. Could the colonists have fallen victim to a hostile attack, their existence erased from the annals of history? The spectre of the lost colony being absorbed into the wilderness, their bones lost to the elements, adds a chilling layer to the mystery. Section 7. The Enigma of the Dare Stones. Adding to the intrigue are the Dare Stones, a series of engraved stones discovered in the 20th century that claim to be messages from Eleanor Dare, John White's daughter. The stones chronicled the colonists' journey and their tragic demise at the hands of hostile natives. While most historians believe the Dare Stones to be elaborate hoaxes, they continue to fuel speculation and keep the legend of the lost colony alive. Section 8. Supernatural speculations. As with any enduring mystery, Roanoke has its share of supernatural explanations. Some whisper of vengeful spirits, angry at the intrusion of the colonists on their sacred land. Others speak of a Croatoan curse, a malevolent force that swallowed the colony whole. While these theories lack empirical evidence, they speak to the power of the unknown to capture our imaginations. Section 9. The unending allure of the unknown. The mystery of Roanoke continues to captivate us centuries later. It's a story that speaks to our primal fears of the unknown, of vanishing without a trace, of the fragility of human existence in the face of the vast and unforgiving wilderness. The lack of definitive answers only serves to deepen the mystery, inviting us to speculate, to imagine the unimaginable. Section 10. Roanoke, an enduring enigma. The story of Roanoke Island is one that has fascinated historians, archaeologists, and curious minds for centuries. It is a tale shrouded in mystery and intrigue, a puzzle that has yet to be solved. The lost colony of Roanoke remains an unsolved puzzle, a chilling reminder of the capricious nature of history. Established in 1587, the colony was meant to be a new beginning for its settlers, but it quickly turned into one of history's greatest enigmas. Did the colonists find a new life with the Croatoan, their European identities fading into obscurity? Some believe they integrated with local tribes, adopting new customs and ways of life, leaving behind their old world forever. Or did they meet a more tragic end, their story lost to the ravages of time? Theories abound, from deadly conflicts with indigenous tribes to succumbing to the harsh elements and diseases of the New World. Perhaps the answer lies buried beneath the shifting sands of time, waiting to be unearthed. Each artifact discovered brings us a step closer to understanding what truly happened to the settlers of Roanoke, or perhaps the mystery of Roanoke Island is destined to remain just that, a mystery. As we continue to search for answers, the story of Roanoke serves as a poignant reminder of the many secrets history still holds.